What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Wombo Combo Show. We're interesting to start the day, to say the least. If you can't tell over here, Ben has been crying, laughing for the last couple of minutes. We're
good Saturday.
We're tuned in for a good Saturday. Hopefully you guys are in a great mood like us today. Welcome to the show. We're gonna first start out with that Thursday football game, a little coverage on that. You have anything you want to talk about before we get into football? Anything that happened this week that you'd like to make note for our fans? Anything like that?
For life-wise?
Yeah, you got anything going on?
Oh, I mean, not really. I sold my car the other.
Congratulations.
I had two of them.
How about you, Ben? You got anything going on that you want to let everybody know about?
No.
Sweet, me neither. Sweet, me neither.
About our personal lives.
Well, because maybe we had something interesting going on. We're just lame dudes who live in Pennsylvania. That's all. Anyways, getting to that Thursday game, guys. What a thriller of a game. This was the AFC North matchup. The Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals, second matchup of the year.
Yeah,
a good one.
Good game.
It was
kind of. It looked like the Bengals were going to run away with it because they were up 21-7 at one point.
Dude, I think that the Bengals honestly kind of got gypped in this game. I think that when it came down to it, that 2-point conversion, there was multiple face mask penalties. Wow, good job putting your phone on silent before the show today.
I could open up my Pokemon.
Told you guys. We're on fire today. Anyways, but yeah, there was multiple face mask penalties on that play.
Yeah, that
Joe
was
Burrows, he also got hit on that play. They didn't call that.
They missed a bunch of penalties in this game.
I think so too.
Like ones that they're like specifically looking for too. Like
yeah, no, like what we've been saying in past weeks, guys, is like, refs stay out of the game unless it's necessary. That kind of stuff. This was one of those moments where it was necessary, and where were you? But let's take a look at some stats for this one. Pretty hard stat game. Like, if you have Jamar Chase, guys, you probably are having the best week of your life.
Yeah, I'm playing against a guy who has Jamar Chase and Lamar Jackson. I'm getting smoked. I'm getting green.
I started my week. I do have Joe Burrow in our most serious league, but in one of my leagues, I'm playing against Joe Burrow and Chase at the same time.
Nah, brutal.
Brutal start to the week. We're gonna try to recover. I got Saquon, so hopefully
I'm facing Joe Burrow in two leagues.
He's facing me.
Facing him right now in our 2 QB league.
Yeah. So it's a hot start for me. Let's take a look at some stats with the Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow, pretty spectacular game. He has now had multiple touchdowns, 2 games in a row. Last week 5, this week 4. He had 428 yards.
Hard to hate it.
Yeah, it's hard to hate it. I will give it to you as our little competition between Jalen Hurts and Joe Burrow. A lot of Joe Burrow's success last night, even though he did really good, was on Jamar Chase's back. I will.
Yeah,
long run was specifically what I'm preluding to there.
Jamar Chase is arguably
wide receiver 1
or 2. It picked between him and JJ.
Yeah,
flip coin.
I agree 100%. Where did he make it on your list?
1.
He was number 1?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Spicy take.
That's a spicy take. Yeah. Make sure you guys check that out. Ben ranked the wide receivers for the rest of the year. He's got your top 10 for you. Make sure you see if your wide receiver made his list. Other players in this game, we got Chase Brown. He had a great game as well.
An all right game.
He also had these stats down here, sir. He had 13 carries for 42 yards and a touchdown. He also caught 9 balls for 52 yards. That's really what set him apart.
Yeah,
if
that's
you're in
PPR heaven.
That's PPR heaven. For a running back of his caliber, what you're expecting out of him, he did pretty dang good in my opinion. Yeah. Let's take a look at Jamar Chase specifically. I thought he was going to break a record last night.
I thought he was
on Thursday night. He had 11 receptions for 264 yards and 3 touchdowns. I really thought if they would have tied the game, went to overtime, he was breaking the record.
Yeah,
without a doubt. I don't know what the record is off the top of my head.
I don't know the number.
I think it's
of
300.
Yards. It's 300 something, and it's Megatron.
Is
Calvin
it Megatron?
Johnson. Yeah.
Is it okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, that's.
I knew it was Calvin Johnson.
He looked insane.
I knew it was Calvin Johnson. I just don't know the number of yards he had. off the top of my head.
Right. We'll have to look that up. Or, guys, if you have your phones ready, pop it in chat, and we'll try to grab it from you here at some point in time and look back at that. Who did you say was looking insane?
I said he looked insane. Jamar Chase.
Oh, Jamar Chase.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jamar
I just wanted to.
he looked insane.
Mike Gesicki cooled off. He had that 100-yard game last week, 2 touchdowns. This game, 4 catches and 30 yards. So not that great. Tanner Hudson, the other tight end, actually had the better day, 6 catches, 42 yards and a touchdown. If you watched the whole game, right?
Yeah.
He actually had pretty noted
plays.
plays.
He looked good.
He looked pretty decent. A lot of third down plays. It was him who they were looking at. Other than that, though, not a lot for the stat line for the Bengals. Man, is their season kind of teeter-tottering with the whole 4-6 now. I did forget, and I wanted to mention specifically because he had him. Khalil Herbert. He comes in for one play. They're like, here he is, Khalil Herbert, just traded. Drops the ball, fumbles it. At least he recovered it. They did not put him back in the game for the rest of the game. It was just too early. He's got to get used to his new
he was
team.
on my bench. Didn't kill me.
Yeah, I kept him. So, guys, I think he's still a stash for you fantasy football-wise until we actually see him play in a game. Let's get over to the Ravens. Ravens, funniest news for me on this is, did you watch Deontay Johnson? He did horrible.
I was gonna say, watch him. He wasn't even on the field. He was on the field twice.
And, fell at one point.
I think he was on the field literally for 10 plays.
So and he went backwards once too.
Yes,
he did go backwards. He could have got 8 yards and he got 6.
Yeah. So he had 2 notable plays that I noticed out of Deontay Johnson that were typical Pittsburgh Steeler. Thank God he's not here anymore plays. First one was the one that it's halftime, right? There's 12 seconds left on the clock. They throw him the ball to get Tucker in field goal range. And instead, he goes forward, backwards, forward, juke, and then gets tackled inbounds.
Yeah.
And ends the half. Lamar Jackson's fuming, walking off the field. It's just typical Deontay Johnson stuff. The second one is the one that you mentioned. He had an in-out route, and he goes for the in and just falls flat on his face. I mean,
yeah.
I'll take Dante Jackson over Deontay Johnson.
I will too. And I was never a big Deontay Johnson hater, but the man does have brick hands, and now he's comically funny.
Yeah, now he's comically funny. Yeah. Stats, guys, for the Ravens. Off the wall. I mean, there's some really good stats for if you had
for the offense of both these teams. Because I was watching this game from a Steelers colored lens.
Okay,
I'll tell you after your stats.
Okay. For this game, Lamar Jackson was 25 of 33. He didn't run a lot in this game, which has been kind of like a trend as of recent. He had more than last week, 7 runs for 33 yards, but he threw 33 times.
The one was phenomenal.
Yes,
when
the
he
one that he got
when he
to
almost
the goal
scored
line.
on.
Yes, that one was awesome. 290 yards, 4 touchdowns. Lamar Jackson, best quarterback in the league right now by a long shot.
He's the midseason MVP.
Yeah, no, I can't even argue with you.
He's probably going to run away with it.
Mm-hmm. There's nobody who is
literally run
on
away
his
with
level.
Literally,
Derrick Henry kept up the whole trend with his touchdown a week. He did get one. Not the best stats for him on the ground. He had 16 carries for 68 yards. That's not terrible, but Derrick Henry's been putting up some pretty phenomenal numbers.
He has a touchdown.
One touchdown I wanted to talk about was Tylan Wallace's touchdown.
Yeah,
stiff arm 2 guys down the sideline. Kind of looked like his foot stepped out of bounds, but they didn't call it out of bounds.
His toe was down. His heel was up. That's good. He's
okay. There you go, guys. Ben has the information for you. I didn't even watch any follow-up videos or anything on it. Just from personally watching it, I had was that in bounds? Was that out of bounds? It kind of looks risky.
Did you not? They showed the replay during the game.
Probably, but I probably was also tweeting out that he scored a touchdown and maybe missed the replay portion of it. So, other stats in this game, guys were asking us last week: is Mark Andrews going to be the play at tight end, or should he be a flex play? Which we thought was crazy, but he could have been a flex play for you. He's a great tight end play again. He's really picked it back up. He went 6 catches, 68 yards, and a touchdown. Rashad Bateman somehow is relevant still, even though that trade happened. He had 6 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown. The guy who didn't have a great day and busted my parlay, Zay Flowers.
Yeah, he busted mine too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my parlay for the week, I finally had it all lined up where it was the team, guys, was the problem for me. I was picking the wrong team to win the game. I had the spread right. And, of course, he was 15 yards short of what I said he would get.
Yeah.
So,
that's
I missed the one parlay I had. I think it was like a 6-leg.
Mm-hmm.
I missed 2 of them because of Zay Flowers.
Yep. Mine was...
I had the over, and I had other... I forget what else. I don't want to... It doesn't really matter, but... Because I lost.
Yeah. Our 750 parlay of the week, it all hit except for that, though. That was the only thing that didn't hit.
You should start doing plus 500 plays of the week.
Yeah, we're gonna have to bump it down. But I got
You're 2 out of 3 all the time.
3 out of 4.
Or 3 out of 4.
Yeah, it's always 4, and I always end up getting 3 of them. Yeah, we might have to bump it down to our 500.
You're always just 1 off.
Yeah, I'm always 1 off. That stinks. Last thing I did want to mention about this. That stinks. That's what I got. It just stinks. The last thing I had, though, guys, was Nelson Aguilar scored a 5-yard touchdown. Don't pick him up in fantasy football. That's all I really have for this game, other than the fact that both of these defenses do not look very good.
That was what I was going to say.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I watched it, and I was like, man, their offense looks so good. Both teams' offense looks so good. Doesn't look like the Steelers' offense. We have to play them each twice, in the coming weeks.
No,
and then I was like, but, man, your defenses are dog shit.
Yeah, no, dude. The Ravens have the worst defense in the league right now.
I saw that.
The worst. The worst defense in the league right now. They are ranked 32nd out of 32 teams.
I did not know
the Bengals aren't much better. The Bengals they're still in the bottom third. They're like 22nd.
So here we go.
22nd, 21st, worst defense.
Steelers have a chance. Steelers have a legitimate chance with the way things are playing out here, guys. Let's go into a little more of the forecasting section of it. First game we're going to cover that hasn't been played yet here is the game in Germany.
Yeah, I told you earlier I can't do a German accent.
This is my German accent.
Hallo, mas Bier.
Yeah.
I was in Germany for 3 years, man.
Yeah, hey, wait, time out real quickly. Veterans Day's coming up here. Quick thank you to our buddy Ben here. He's a veteran, and we wanted to make sure that we pointed that out. He was, like you said, you're stationed in Germany for a little bit, and how crazy is Munich? Is it a big city? Have you ever been there?
I didn't go to Munich. I've never been to Munich.
Okay, I've heard that this stadium that they're playing in is like one of the top of the line biggest.
I believe their soccer team is pretty nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do got a good.
Yeah, they have a good national.
They have a good soccer team in Munich.
I don't pay attention to soccer.
I mean, it's huge over there. I never got into it, but it's a big deal.
It's big over there. I could assume.
I mean, dude, soccer is the most popular sport in the world.
Yeah.
Anyway,
for now,
some would say the real.
Back to real football.
Yeah. Until everybody starts watching the Wombo Combo Show and we convert everybody to football. Anyways, guys, let's take a look at this game here. News for this week out of the Panthers: they are going with Bryce Young again. They re-signed Chuba Hubbard to a big deal, letting everybody know he's a big part of their future plans. Everybody who is a Jonathan Brooks owner went, gulp. I hate that.
Well, he's still on IR technically, right?
No, he got removed from IR. He is questionable to play, but he is no longer on the PUP list or any of that kind of stuff.
So he's got. Yeah, they did the 21-day window.
He is out and he is actively on the roster. They haven't released yet or not if he's 100% going to play, but it's trending towards that way. In this game, guys, who do you see as guys that our fans could take a look at fantasy-wise? Where do you have this game? Who do you think wins?
You don't know if Brooks is going to play?
I'm not 100%. The coach even said he's not 100% sure yet. The last I looked, but that was last night. I'm not going to lie to you.
I'm going to take the Giants.
You're taking
I
the
think
Giants?
you got to take Tyrone Tracy. He was my number 10 running back out of all running backs for the rest of the whole season. If you haven't seen that clip, check it out.
There you go. I think that it is going to be the Giants too. I just can't. The thing that differentiates the teams from me is this. I think that there are two really good players on the Giants offense, and there is only one good player on the entire Panthers team. I know that Leggette's decent, but he's not like game-changing player.
Tier player.
No, I get that.
Chuba Hubbard is the only person on the Panthers who
he's not
rely
either.
on.
He's not some god tier.
No, he's not, but he's the guy that gets the ball the most.
He's the guy they can rely on. I agree with you.
Yeah.
So you have Tracy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with all that, but I'm going Panthers. Giants. I think the Giants.
Gosh,
the Giants.
I almost took Panthers.
I don't believe in Daniel Jones. I still think he's probably the worst quarterback in the league.
Worse than Bryce Young?
Maybe.
Okay. Okay. Well, we're
Maybe.
gonna find out tomorrow.
Maybe.
They're gonna play
Maybe.
against each other. We'll see
So.
which one does better. What do you think about his take about the Panthers?
I
winning?
honestly, if they're running Brooks for sure, I was gonna maybe take the Panthers.
the double
But
running back head.
But the fact that you weren't sure of it, and I don't know either. I was like, well, I gotta take the Giants.
I don't think
Tyrone
the Panthers
Tracy.
are sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that Tyrone Tracy is developing into an awesome player. If you're a Giants fan, I think that you should be really happy about what you're seeing out of him. Malik Neighbors really good. Personally, this is my take of the week out of this game. If the Panthers win, Drew Lock starts at quarterback for the Giants the rest of the season after Germany. Eh?
I mean, they're paying
Hey,
him
you
so.
know,
they're-
like-
that's a hot take, though, man.
That is a
That's-
hot take.
But
I don't
I
know
mean,
about
I
that.
like that. I like that hot take.
I
though.
like the
Who
idea.
would you rather have right now?
I don't-
Daniel Jones with his 4 completions for 0 yards and a touchdown in the first half, or Drew Lock, who I don't know if you know that about Drew Lock, but that's his dance. And
No, I didn't.
yeah,
know
he
that.
does. I don't even know what he's doing.
Oh, he was mocking the Texans.
Oh.
Not the Texans. The
Johnny Manziel?
Texas Longhorns.
I did not know that was
In
Oh,
college
okay.
when he was at Mizzou.
Yeah.
He was doing the whole.
I still think you gotta run Daniel. You're paying Daniel Jones like so much money. I think you gotta run with him.
He
And
didn't-
Daniel Jones has his games where he looks okay.
All right. We're doing it again. We're talking too
We
much
always talk about the
Panthers.
Panthers
Yeah,
and
they're
Giant
bad.
or like crappy
Yeah.
teams so much. I think that it's something they should consider taking Drew Lock and putting him in if this game doesn't go their way. Next game we're going to talk about here. We're going to see how this one plays. This is the Patriots and the Bears. Bears will be hosting. The Patriots have been upsetting teams left and right so far. They've beaten the Bengals.
Well,
They've-
this one's not really an upset. These teams are both kind of garbage. as
Yeah,
well.
you would think with the Bears roster that they would be a lot better. It doesn't seem like Caleb Williams has been an upgrade. If you look at the stats from last year to this year, the Bears, Justin Fields has better stats. How he did last year with less weapons.
Their line is just so bad.
Their line can be bad, but
And
they
Justin
went and got
Fields is probably a better, guy who can run than compared
Yeah,
to
he's
Caleb
definitely
Williams. You know
better
what I
than.
mean?
I will-
He's the best.
So,
he might
yeah,
be the
he is. He's like
second
the-
best running quarterback in the league.
Agreed. I would agree with that.
So, but here's my thing. Justin Fields didn't have the following people: Keenan Allen, DeAndre Swift. Who's the other wide receiver they grabbed?
DJ. Well, they had.
They
It
had
don't
DJ.
matter.
Roma Dunze.
Roma Dunze, that's who it is. He didn't have all those people, and Caleb Williams does, and isn't doing any better. You know what I mean? Like he has more weapons and is doing
I
a
just
little
don't
bit
think
less.
He has enough time.
Okay. I mean,
Yeah.
they did lose
I'm
their
not a
starting
big
right
Caleb
tackle.
Williams
so.
guy, but I think that their line is like one of the worst lines in football.
So, yeah. They do have
That's
one of
what
the
I'm
worst
saying.
offensive lines in football. Ben had let us know on the last podcast, and he has kind of been preaching this a little bit, is that you can't really trust like any specific guy on the Bears passing core to be any bit of a like solid, this guy I can start every week. Like
Yeah.
DJ Moore, it's DJ Moore one week, it's Keenan Allen the next week, then it's Cole Kmet, and then finally somehow it ends up being Roma Dunze the week after. Is there any specific pass catcher that you're taking for the Bears in this game that you would suggest starting in any form? I would say that they're decent options.
They're
but
all
yeah,
like
no,
worth a
because
flex.
They're all worth the flex. I think all 3 wide receivers are like wide receiver 3, and DJ Moore is even like wide receiver 2.
Yeah.
For me.
Yeah, just
But,
because
like,
of his potential.
But it's just hard when you see that
You feel bad
week
about
after
it.
week.
Yeah, and the-
You want someone with consistent production week after week, not getting 20 points here, 3
6,
points,
yeah.
Yeah.
6, 15,
Mm-hmm.
5.
And that's DJ Moore's stat line, basically. That's how he ends up in fantasy football.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. I would say that if we're looking at Bears players that I'm confident in, the only one is probably DeAndre Swift. On the other side of the football, would you consider the Patriots a flyer defense for this week? Like against the Bears, would you take them if you have a
No.
bye week? I don't think so
No.
either.
I don't think I would.
I had
I
the
wouldn't.
Giants as my flyers the week. I actually had the Giants defense maybe getting a pick 6 in Germany or something like that, or blocking a field goal. That was mine.
Yeah.
That was mine of the
I
week.
can see that. That's not terrible.
Drake May maybe in 2 quarterback systems is an okay play. I think so. He's been putting up consistent numbers. He does do things on the ground with his legs. He had like a bunch of yards last
Yeah.
week.
Caleb Williams also. Two quarterback.
Yeah, two quarterback.
League. He's
I
worth
could
the
see him as an
play.
okay play for bye weeks. Another player that I think is probably the only. Actually, there's two. Two other players that I would mention on the Patriots side of the football is our flyer tight end that we think you should already have by now. That's Hunter Henry. Getting a lot of usage with Drake May in the football game. And then the last person for the Patriots there, that's Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah, that's it.
Those are the only three worth playing.
He's only a running back 3, guys, Ramondre Stevenson, in my opinion, but he's still somebody that if we have a bye week or an injury or something, he's definitely a good filler.
Who are we all taking real quick?
Oh, yeah, that's right. We didn't pick our teams.
Just real quick.
I'm going to go Bears.
I'm taking Patriots.
I'm going to go Bears.
Bears? All right, you're the lone man on the Patriots. Next game here, guys, is going to be a NFC matchup. This is going to be the 49ers and the Buccaneers. A little bit about this game. Baker was a little bit banged up, but they said it was just for rest. They wanted him to get recovered after having a tough game. He's good to go.
He came back to practice yesterday. He's good to go. So
for this game, when we're taking a look at, let's do our winners and losers first. I don't think I can really. I guess no. The Buccaneers last week they did
Buccaneers
it
showed
really,
out.
Yeah, they showed out against the Chiefs.
They should have won that game.
They should
to be
have won
honest.
that game.
Yeah, I am wrong. I'm going to go on a hot take this week. The more I stared at the two names, I was like, I'm going Buccaneers.
I'm taking Bucks as well.
I'm going
Buccaneers.
Bucks too.
Yeah.
I'm going Bucks too. The
Wow.
Niners don't have the refs in their pockets like the Chiefs do.
That is true. That's your Wombo combo hot take so far. We're all
Bucks,
going
man.
Buccaneers over the 49ers.
King Baker. Let's go.
Yeah, Baker
big
is
Baker
great.
guy.
We're big Baker guys. Let's start with the 49ers for starter sitters, guys. I think this is going to be a pretty easy one for us to cover. I think Brock Purdy is a lock in QB1 with Kittle being healthy. I think Kittle is the second person I wanted to note. He's going to be a great play. CMC back this week. Definitely confirmed.
You playing him?
If I don't have him in any leagues, I wasn't blessed to be first overall pick.
First overall pick.
But I would say yes. I would say I'm playing him. I'm saying I'm playing him. He says he feels good. He says he feels ready to go. I think that, guys, Jordan Mason is a guy to still keep on your bench because CMC could come into this game. We don't want it to happen, but he could come into this game and something could go awry. And now you've got Jordan Mason in your free agency who's going to be the guy the rest of the year. So let's hold on to him still for a little bit longer to see how CMC plays out. Debo's a play.
CMC's getting limited.
Debo's a play.
Yeah, he'll be limited, but
Debo's still questionable though.
Is he questionable?
Yeah, he's still questionable.
Okay, guys, keep an eye on that. 90 minutes before game time.
Oblique and rib.
Okay, from a hit. Must have got hit real hard.
Yeah.
What were you just saying a second ago? You said something that I was like, CMC. You think he's going to be limited?
No, limited
Sorry,
reps. Yeah,
it skipped my mind. Yeah, he could be limited, but I think, guys, regardless if he is limited, the touches that he gets, he's CMC.
Yeah, it's CMC.
Yeah, so I think he'll still do well. Other than that, that's who I have. Pearsall, is he an okay play for a flex, Phil?
Yes.
And
I like Pearsall, and I even like Jennings.
Is Jennings playing?
Jennings is playing.
Okay, Jennings is back. If Debo is out, I would consider Jennings a pretty hard play, in my personal opinion. Let's take a look at the Buccaneers side, where things are all over the board.
Yeah.
Two solid players. The most solid players on their entire team are Otten and Mayfield.
Yeah.
Those are the two guys that I'm keying out from the Buccaneers who are definite no matter what, no questions.
Yeah.
You can start them. Guys that I think that are flex players but do not exceed flex in any form are both Bucky and Rashad White. Neither one of them goes above and beyond with their consistency.
Agreed.
And both of them get the same amount of targets and carries and yardage off of that.
They're both very touchdown dependent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very touchdown dependent.
They're both mid.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wouldn't say they're mid. It's just there's that running
sharing,
back room.
yeah.
It's just a shared committee.
Yeah.
So.
Yep. Other than that, though, guys, I don't see any of the wide receivers on the Buccaneers being any bit of a play. They spread the ball around so much other than Otten and to the running backs that I would just stay away from them. We already took the Buccaneers in that one. Let's see how that plays out. That's going to be a really great game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next one I want to talk about. This one could be the upset. I believe. They did it last year. This is the Broncos, guys, taking on the Chiefs in Arrowhead. Last year in Mile High, the Broncos beat the Chiefs with Russell Wilson. That was one of his last games before he got benched. In this game, you got now, and you're both looking at me like I'm crazy, but both of you took the Broncos against the Ravens last week.
Just very pessimistic on your take.
Okay,
So-
all right.
You may convince me, though. You honestly may convince me. I'd feel a lot better if it was in Denver.
I would feel better if
it was in Denver. I would also feel a lot better, guys. The Broncos are 5-4. It kind of looks like they're still trying to make a push for the playoffs. They did trade one of their starting linebackers away to the Arizona Cardinals last week, Baron Browning. It was kind of a weird move, but so did the Packers. They traded one of their starting guys away. In this game for the Chiefs, Ben, why don't you tell me who you think are solid starters, no questions asked, on the Chiefs side of the field?
I believe D-Hop is now. It's D-Hop, Kelsey. Patrick Mahomes is still. He might be.
I lost.
He might have. He might have
Mahomes.
jumped up back to quarterback one range. Now with D-Hop in the circle, so Mahomes, D-Hop, Kelsey, and Hunt.
I think that you nailed that list. I think that what we seen last week out of the D-Hop and Patrick Mahomes connection is that Patrick Mahomes has gotten himself out of that funk a little bit because he's got the dude now. I do agree with you. That was a good list. I don't think that anybody else is like worthy. Worthy is not worthy. Is right now. It's just the consistency is not there, guys. And what we try to key on is consistent players.
Yeah.
Names don't matter. Numbers do for us.
Even though I just named names.
Well, yeah, but I mean, but
like they're still
the
big
names have
consistent,
numbers behind them.
Yeah.
Kelsey had his best game of the season last week. D-Hop had his best game of the season, and so did Patrick Mahomes. That's why we're so high on him. We think that's going to keep rolling. Broncos side of the football, names get really thin.
I was going to say, you're not going to ask me.
Really
You're not going to ask me.
I'm not going to
starters
because there's only two.
It's Cortland Sutton and like Bo Nix.
Yes.
You feel bad playing either. I do. If I was playing either one of those, I wouldn't feel.
I wouldn't feel terrible
about
Cam Sutton.
That's what I was going to say.
I would.
Not
Cortland,
Cortland Sutton.
I am not. I had him one year, and he was like, he's
not good.
He rubbed me the wrong way that year. Fantasy football.
You have that with a lot of guys.
Cortland Sutton's like a mid-range wide receiver too.
I would say it too.
So
like,
agree.
he's
That's
not-
like his ceiling.
Yeah, no, that's what I
That is
mean.
his ceiling.
It's a solid play because he's gonna get targets. You know,
He's
So-
definitely going to get targets. He's not
He's
fighting anybody.
worth the play, but I would really hate if I was the person playing.
Man, Cortland Sutton fans,
Cortland
make
Sutton.
sure you hammer in the
Yeah.
comments and in the chat.
You can tell me I'm wrong.
They probably will.
you
I hope
are
so.
wrong. You're wrong, but it's okay.
I like Bo Nix in this game. I like Bo Nix in general. He made my top 10 ROS QBs for the season for fantasy. I think that he's a decent play. It's really the fact that he's throwing the ball 50 times a game, and on some of them pass plays, he's also running. It looks good. It looks good.
He's worth the play for sure.
Especially in two quarterback systems. I would give Cortland Sutton a wide receiver 3 flex grade for this week against the Chiefs defense, just because it's a harder defense to play against. Guys, I'm taking the Broncos. Who you taking in this game?
Oh,
Chiefs.
Man,
Chiefs.
Join the dark side.
I'll join the dark side.
All right,
What
let's
do you
go.
mean? The Broncos would be the rebels. The Chiefs would be the empire. What are you talking about?
Hey,
Not in the eyes of the NFL.
shut up. Next game we're going to talk about, guys. This one shouldn't be close, but who knows? The Bills have let a lot of games be closer than they should be in the first half, at least. This is the Bills taking on the Colts. This will be in Indianapolis. They're going with Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco did not look better than Anthony Richardson last week. Jonathan Taylor got shut down.
Colts should tank.
The Colts should tank. They didn't trade Anthony Richardson. They didn't trade anybody, actually. They didn't get rid of anybody. They also didn't add anybody, so they're kind of just trying to work out through what they have there.
And Michael Pittman is out this
Yes,
week.
thank you. Michael Pittman is out for tomorrow, guys, so that gives Josh Downs a big bump.
Yeah.
I would consider Josh Downs wide receiver 2 play for tomorrow. He's going to get a lot of targets. It's going to happen. He's going to get a ton of targets, short slants. Joe Flacco is going to feed him. On the
Relatively.
Relatively.
Relative to being on the Colts.
Yeah, relatively.
For this game, I would say that the players to highlight here are JT on offense and Josh Downs. Those are fantasy plays that I think you can lock into your lineup. Joe Flacco would be a hard streamer Like, I would really not want to be playing Joe Flacco. I think that he's in the bottom 5 quarterbacks for this week. But he does do a lot of surprising stuff.
He could just ball out.
He could just
ball
ball out
Joe
of nowhere. He
Flacco.
does that. Yeah.
Like,
No, you're absolutely right. Who is there anybody else on the Colts specifically, Ben, that you can mention?
no.
right.
I mean, to me, honestly, the only play for me would be JT and Josh Downs.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's it
agreed.
for me. I'm gonna give Lou this one since on the Broncos he was like, please don't do this to me. Who are some Buffalo Bills that our viewers can lock in as
This one
starters?
is easy though too, because it's like everybody.
I mean, I wouldn't
Not
say
everybody.
everybody.
I mean, Keon Coleman's out, the rookie wide receiver.
Keon Coleman's out, but Shakir,
So
Cooper.
Is a wrist injury, game time decision, guys. Make sure you're paying attention. This game starts 1 p.m. Eastern, 11:30. The Bills will let you know for sure if he's playing.
The quarterback, Josh Allen, obviously.
Yeah.
James Cook.
I mean, James Cook is it's honest the two lock starters that I have for this game for the Bills is Josh Allen and James Cook.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. There's not a whole bunch of plethora of people to play from them.
And I would say on your point, Ben, that and on his that Shakir becomes a lock-in play if both Amari Cooper, well, Coleman's already out, but if Amari Cooper is also out, now Shakir becomes a lock-in play.
Yeah.
I would if you have him on your roster. I don't think that he's not a play, but I think that he's a flex wide receiver 3 play for bye weeks. You should have somebody else who's a normal starter over Shakir, in my opinion. Unless you're in a 14-man deeper league. Lou's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Well,
all of his wide receivers are hurt.
Yeah,
and Shakir's his number 1 wide receiver.
Jacoby Myers is on bye, so I'm running Shakir. I lost because of Myers.
Yeah, from your 4 more points.
Those things.
Yeah.
So
Other than that, though, guys, let's give our who we're gonna win on this one. I think it's easy. I think it's the Bills. I think it's the Bills by like 20.
clean sweep here.
Agreed.
Bills again.
Bills always beat up dog shit teams. This is going to be Bills.
I agree. I think the Bills.
The Bills second clean sweep.
What's that?
This
Yes,
is
it
the second
is.
clean
This doesn't
sweep
happen
already.
very often. Next game I want to talk about is our
Here
homer
we
game.
go.
I got a lot for you on this one this week. Usually I try not to be a big homer, but we do have a lot of information on the Steelers. First thing I want to bring up, Commanders fans, if you're watching this, your team has screwed you for tomorrow.
Oh, with the Comrags.
What are you doing?
Comrags. I'm sorry, Comrags.
Yeah, the Comrags. Yeah. Dude, that is the dumbest thing that you guys could do. If you go to the Washington Commanders game tomorrow, guys, don't take one of those or take one, but take it home. Do not be waving it around.
Stash it under your bed.
You don't make fun of the towel. You don't replicate the towel. The towel has a mind of its own.
You're gonna get cursed.
You're gonna get the curse.
You're
And
gonna get the
we don't want
curse.
that. We like the Washington Commanders.
we
Yeah,
like
we
you.
like the Commanders.
We like you, Daniels. We like Jaden Daniels
don't
here.
do it. Put the towels away
Yeah.
tomorrow, Commanders fans. If you see towels, tap the guy on the shoulder. Say, put that shit under your
Don't
seat.
even. They're giving them out to the fans through the gate.
Yeah.
Don't pick one up.
Don't take one.
Don't do it.
Yeah, if you work
Don't
at the
bring
gate,
that juju on the
throw
other
them
team.
in the dumpster.
Yeah, because Jaguars did this last year,
And
look
look
at
at
them
them
now.
Look at them now. They destroyed themselves. Let's talk a little bit about this game. Steelers get Cam Sutton back. Looks like he's going to be implemented into the lineup. That means less Beanie Bishop. That's okay. Beanie Bishop, the rookie who's been getting all these interceptions that have been highlights that you guys have been seeing. Other things to cover for the Steelers. Looks like everybody's healthy. The whole 9 yards.
Here we
The only
go.
one who's out is still Nick Herbert
Oh, yeah, for defense.
on defense.
Okay.
But-
Cordero Patterson is back. He will obviously be brought back into the offense in some form. He's just a part of Arthur Smith and what Arthur Smith likes to do. But that's not
I'm
a problem.
excited for this game. I'm
The
so
return
amped.
game too.
Yeah, for the return game as well. Imagine you have Patterson and Austin back there. That's a pretty good matchup of two guys back there.
This is a good game, and I haven't watched the Steeler game proper in 2 weeks.
No,
because we had the bye last week, and then I was hammered in Mexico. It was being projected on the side of the building, so I couldn't really watch it. So I'm fiending. I'm fiending to watch some Steelers.
Guys, let us
I can't
know.
wait.
We're
I'm amped.
we're planning a watch party here soon. If you think we should do a watch party for the Steelers Commanders game, let us know. Maybe it'll something we'll consider. I did want to mention for the Commanders, there are some injuries. One in specific I did want to highlight, and that is Brian Robinson Jr. He will not be playing tomorrow. He is out. That looks like it's going to be
Mr. Glass's turn.
It's going to be Eckler again. Historically, I don't think Eckler does very good against the Steelers, so I don't think it's a play for Eckler tomorrow, guys. If there are plays on the Commanders, I think they're as follows: Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin. That's about it for me. And then Steelers side of the football, it's pretty slim too. But if you're in 2 quarterback systems, I think Russ is okay to play.
Russ the Muss. I think he's good to play.
Do you think that our newly acquired Mike Williams is someone to consider?
Not yet.
Is he a watch list player or is he a bench list player?
I mean, I think he's worth a spot on the team.
He's worth a spot on your bench. You think?
Yeah,
I
Is he?
concur. Until you, if you
I
see,
think it's a wait and see.
you think he's a watch lister?
Yeah.
We'll
I
leave
don't
him
think-
on watch list for now.
Yeah.
if
he's
you
a
have
watch
him
list.
on your team, would you drop him?
No, the trade.
No, I
the
would,
trade
if I already
adds
had
value.
him. If I already had him, but I mean, I don't.
I don't
think
know if I would
he
seek
wasn't
him out,
owned
but
very.
I
very-
couldn't
his
see him being
percentage
owned in a
was
lot of
low.
leagues at all. Let's do some takes on this game because it's our Steelers. Let's give a more in-depth one. Lou, let me get the score of this game and the winner of
the
it.
score.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, I'm gonna go 28-14 Steelers.
28-14. That's not a bad score. I'm going to say that this score is a very low-scoring game. I'm going to end the score at a 17-14 Boswell field goal to win it.
Okay. I like Lou's score a little bit better.
Yeah, it looks. Yeah, we win by more.
Yeah, yeah. Because, well, no, dude, the Commanders' defense,
defense is
also
not that great.
is bad.
Well, they added Marshawn
like,
Lattimore this week.
Who's not playing?
Oh, he's not
He's the healthy because he's not.
acclimated
Yeah,
to the
he doesn't have
defense
anything.
yet.
But he's
Okay,
not playing.
perfect.
So I mean, but even before, who'd they have before? Like,
they didn't have anybody before.
So and I think it's gonna. I think the Steelers get another 30-point game here.
Okay.
I think it's like 33 to 20.
33-20. That's a hot score right there. 33.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, we'll take it though.
I
We'll
guess
take
I'm
it.
trying to win the 33
Yeah.
thing from like
The
the
clubs.
pool.
Yeah,
the 33 pool.
Mhm.
But
Other than that, guys, I think we basically covered it. I'm going to give you a quick little rundown because I know we did ramble a little bit about the Steelers. Plays for the week for the Steelers, Commanders, that is Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin. Other side of the football, it is Russ in 2 quarterback systems, it is Pickens, and it is Najee. Those are the plays. You could probably throw either one of the tight ends in this game in if you have a bye week this week.
No Calvin Austin.
No, not yet. No consistency.
Not yet.
no.
I know.
However, I
I'm
think
just
he's a great
teasing.
player, but
I'm just teasing.
next game, this one, I watch it end up being close, like that Colts Bills game, but it sure shouldn't be. This is the Vikings and the Jaguars.
yeah,
Mm.
isn't
It's
Trevor
return of the
Lawrence-
Mac, baby.
is he officially out?
Yes, he's officially
Return
out.
of the man. Oh,
Return
God.
of the
I
Mac.
can't believe it.
Oh,
Mac
goodness.
Jones.
Well, I'm not playing Evan Ingram this week then.
Controversially, I actually think that Evan Ingram is the major benefactor here. I think that Evan Ingram gets the major upgrade from Mac Jones because Mac Jones is going to dump the ball down a lot. I also think that, guys, before the trade deadline in fantasy football, the regular deadline's done,
Yeah.
but that fantasy one isn't. Trade BTJ high. It sounds like Trevor Lawrence is considering getting surgery and not coming back this year.
Ouch.
That's a
Yeah.
big article that I read
Or
this
you could
morning.
believe in Mac Jones.
Or you cannot and
I don't
trade
even
BTJ.
believe in Mac Jones.
I'll tell you this: one thing in Mac Jones' defense is he was a NCAA champion on the
was.
best team in the NFL
He
or in
was.
the NCAA. Now he did have all the receivers that you could possibly imagine, like the best wide receivers out, other than
He has been
LSU
awful
guys.
in the NFL.
Yeah.
But he's been awful in the NFL. When we're looking at starter sitters for the Vikings Jaguars game, guys, it's a pretty slim one. I'm going to go with Evan Ingram specifically because of dump downs. I think full PPR leagues, he's going to get maybe like 7 catches for like 60 yards. That's not a great stat line, but if you need a tight end, that's not bad. I think that he probably ends up being the best fantasy player on this team for the week for the Jags. On the opposite side of the football, a little more stretched out, a lot more players to talk about. I think Sam Darnold, who is a comeback player of the year candidate, I think that he's a start. I think that Justin Jefferson is a start.
Always.
I think that Addison's an okay flex play for you. He had a touchdown last week and a good bit of yards. He had been in the news talking to coaches about how he is not happy with the amount of targets he was getting.
Yeah.
And ever since that article came out, his targets have doubled. So they listened. He is getting used more, so I think it's okay to consider him a flex player, not a wide receiver 2. If you're in a 3 wide receiver league, sure, wide receiver 3-2 is a decent option.
Because they have a decent amount of mouths to feed.
They do, because Hawk is back.
Hawkinson's back.
I think Hawk is a play. I know that you do too. Last week was his first game.
I have him in a league.
Oh, do you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
How do you feel about Aaron Jones?
I think that Aaron Jones is a hard start.
I agree.
Yes.
Hard start.
Yes.
He's the number 1 starter other than JJ in this game.
Yes, agreed.
Easily.
I didn't give him his flowers on my 10 quarterback ranking. It was between him and Josh Jacobs for 9, and I went with Josh Jacobs, but I'm giving Aaron Jones his flowers now.
Aaron Jones,
He's worth it.
Cold shoulder in Green Bay, cold shoulder from Wombo combo.
I gave Tony Pollard the shout out at 11 because I had him on my team, but Aaron Jones deserves that spot.
We're gonna have to take a look at that list.
Yeah,
that's a good list.
I'm just kidding. Guys, in this game, this one's an easy one. Are we all gonna agree together on the Vikings?
yes.
Yeah, easy money.
Right, next game.
One thing I did want to add: the Vikings kicker, who was my streaming kicker for the rest of the year, has been put on IR. He blew a quadricep, I believe it was. He will not be back.
So
for the
drop
rest
him.
of Yeah, get rid of him. And the Vikings defense is a big play this week, I think, against the Jags. This is the last 1 o'clock game here we're going to talk about. This is the Falcons and the Saints. I think the Falcons are going to crush in this game. Olave just got put on IR for his concussion. He's really considering whether he's going to continue his NFL career. A little bit different than a quarterback. You get hit a lot more as a wide receiver, and he has had a lot of concussions.
If Derek Carr can throw a better ball.
Yeah, if Derek Carr could throw a better ball, hashtag Michael Thomas Jr. Tell him.
Screw Michael Thomas.
Yeah. In this game, guys, real quickly, this is pretty easy.
Some guy was really mad at us about that.
He was, I know.
Ben, did you hear about this?
No, I didn't.
There's some guy on YouTube. He was like, Michael Thomas will do more of this turf too than you guys ever do in your life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he must be like
So
Michael Thomas's
mad.
cousin or something. He was not very
Jesus.
happy.
Like, relax, brother.
Yeah, chill.
I don't know.
Chill out, cuz.
I think with my history from the United States Army, I've done way more than Michael Thomas
Yeah,
has done
exactly.
in his entire
Yeah.
football career. So
Yeah. Eat
Shots
shit,
fired,
eat
buddy.
shit, Michael Thomas.
yeah, eat shit, bro. I don't know. Fix your damn toe and play football, dude.
Yeah, yeah, honestly. Well, on that, I'm going to run down the fantasy picks for this week. It's really easy in this game. Saints have 1 player that you can play. I don't think Derek Carr is a play at all. He has nobody to throw to. I think that it is Alvin Kamara only, and he's going to be a big play. I would stash him in at running back 1 in this game.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Easy.
He's going to do everything. On the other side of the football, for the Falcons, I would play Kirk. I think Kirk's a lock-in player. I like how Mooney's been playing recently. I'm moving him up onto my list. I think you can plug him in as a wide receiver 2.
Yes.
I think that London is a great play as well, wide receiver 2 range. And Pitts, I think, has a comeback week here. And Bijan, immediate play. What about Tyler Algier? Mr. Risky, you playing him again?
No, I'm not playing him again.
No, I wouldn't either.
He
No.
didn't do bad the game I played him. He got a touchdown, I believe.
He did, but I don't think he's
not a start. Like,
Nope.
For a bye week filler, I guess I'll take the 8 points I got. I was happy with it, but I can't play that every week.
No, absolutely not.
No way.
If you have Bijan, you got to be stashing Tyler Algier, though. But in that game, I think that's everything we need to cover. Falcons are going to blow away with this game, in our opinion, right, guys?
Yeah, we're taking Falcons.
You
Easy
taking
money.
the Falcons?
30 birds.
Yeah, Falcons.
Yeah, I think it's a
I don't
pretty
like the
easy pick.
Saints.
No, me neither. Not at this point. Getting into the 4 o'clock games here, guys. First game we're going to talk about, this is the Titans heading out to L.A. to take on the Chargers. Titans are going to be getting Will Levis back in this game. He will be starting at quarterback, Mr. Mayonnaise Coffee himself. You obviously love Tony Pollard. He made your top 10 list for the rest of the season.
He made an honorable mention at 11.
Oh, he was 11. Okay, fair enough. in this game for the Titans side of the football, when we're talking about fantasy plays, I think it's pretty short. I think that
Tony
you could.
Pollard, though.
It's just Tony Pollard and maybe Calvin Ridley. Not as a set in stone starter, but if you are on bye weeks or and injuries and you need somebody,
I would feel better about Mason throwing with Calvin Ridley than with Will Levis coming back.
Me too.
To be honest with you,
Me
I don't
too.
think Calvin Ridley's a start with Levis. I don't think Levis is. I think it's just Tony Pollard, and that is the only person you can count on for maybe like 7 points minimum. Maybe he'll blow up, but I don't think you can feel confident about anything in this game.
I think that Will Levis is a bottom 4
On the
quarterback.
Titans side.
He's a bottom 4 quarterback in the NFL for sure.
Yeah, easy.
Mhm.
So, I mean, it's kind of the same with the Chargers.
Yeah, Chargers. Chargers is a little bit different here
It's a
because
little-
you got Herbert. You can play Herbert,
You can play Herbert, and you can play Dobbins.
who
it's
comeback player of the year possibly.
Yeah,
we have him on our list. Let us know, guys. Comeback player of the year, J.K. Dobbins,
Yeah.
maybe. What do you think?
So
give us your list.
Will he beat Sam Darnold?
maybe.
Who else you got other than J.K. and Justin?
I mean, McConkey's a wide receiver 3.
JQ was or QJ was good last week.
Yeah, he was good last week too. It's just
He's booming
They're
busty,
they're
though.
flexes.
They're
They're
flexes.
flexes.
It's just not like I'm playing these guys. I feel
No,
so good
definitely
about
not.
it.
Definitely not. Every
Like-
wide receiver in this game, guys, I would consider them all, if I have to, wide receivers. That's what we'll call them.
Yeah,
if I
you
have to,
you
yeah,
play
I
them.
would
You
play
play
them.
it.
But I wouldn't want to. Now, for who wins this game, I think it's a shoe-in Chargers game for me. That defense is
Are we
really
just gonna
good.
agree? Like
I'm
Maybe.
taking
entire
I'm
look at the next couple games. I think we can all agree that the
I don't
Chargers are
know.
gonna win this
I'm
one.
actually going to take the Titans. on
You're
You're gonna
taking the
take the
Titans?
Titans? Oh, that's
Yeah,
I think the
I
Chargers.
am
I think the
awful.
Chargers defense commands this game.
Hot
I think
take.
that's the reason why. Yeah, that is a hot take. The
Yeah.
Titans suck.
yeah,
It's
Chargers.
just Tony. Pollard
I
over there.
think
Go
the Chargers
Bolts.
are just going to fall apart.
All right. Well, you're taking the
That's
Titans.
right.
We're taking the Chargers. We got a couple
The
more
Titans are going
games.
to capitalize.
He
Remember
thinks,
the Titans.
he thinks we're going to agree on all these games, and I'm looking at him. There's a possibility. But the next game we're talking about here, this is an AFC versus NFC game here. This is going to be the Jets traveling down to the desert, taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Are you based on what you just said? Are you telling me that you automatically think the Cardinals are going to win this game?
No, I think the Jets are gonna win this game.
I'm more inclined with Ben. I'm not 100% sold yet, but I was leaning Jets.
I think the Jets are gonna win this game.
All right. Well, this is how we're going to do this. Why don't you two tell me who the starters are on the Jets this week then, and I'll take the
For
Cardinals.
fantasy wise,
Yes,
Brees
sir.
Hall,
okay, it's Aaron Rodgers, Brees Hall, Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams.
easy. Yeah, easy.
Easy. Okay, I think on the Cardinal side of the football, I think that there's going to be a decent a game out of this. I think it's going to be a lot closer. The Cardinals are fighting for a playoff
Oh,
spot
I'm not
right
saying
now.
it's gonna be like the Jets are
Yeah,
gonna
I'm just saying Jets
annihilate them. I'm just saying the Jets are gonna win the game.
Okay. Well, I am in this game going to take the Cardinals. You taking the Jets too?
I think I'm taking the Jets.
Okay.
James Conner, great. I know, I love him, but the Jets, run defense is pretty good.
I think the
Jets defense is pretty good in general. I think the Jets are going to eke it out.
I think that James Conner
I like the Cardinals.
and Kyler Murray both have days tomorrow. Kyler did terrible last week. I think he has a comeback game this week. That's why I think that the Cardinals win.
Okay.
That's my hot take, I guess, probably of the week. I think that because of Kyler Murray having a bad game last
They had
week,
such a bad game. They're going to
he's
bounce
going
back
to bounce
hard.
back hard this week. So I'm taking the Cardinals.
I don't
These
hate
guys are
it.
taking the Jets.
Yeah, I'm taking Jets.
Next one is the NFC East matchup of the week. This one, I think that you're right. We probably are going to agree
Yeah,
on
we're
this
agreeing
one.
on this.
The Eagles are going to blow out the Cowboys. The Cowboys look terrible. Looks like Micah Parsons is playing. From what
Yeah,
I
I
see,
think
Maybe.
He's like the only name. CD Lamb was on the injury report. He came off. He's good to go.
CeeDee Lamb's good to go.
I'm surprised they're playing
Michael
Cooper
Parsons good to go.
Rush.
Dude, Dak's probably gonna
Dak's hurt.
go on
they have
IR.
Trey Lance.
Trey Lance.
Oh, but Trey Lance
is hot
sucks.
dog crap, dude.
If I had
Trey
to,
Lance sucks.
guys,
man.
let us know. Would you take Trey Lance or Cooper Rush if you're a Cowboys fan, or if you're just a just normal
What a
footballer
horrible wasn't who was one?
in that draft?
Yeah. Trey Lance, I believe, was
It-
3.
it
Sam
wasn't-
Darnold.
2, and then it was it's Zach Wilson. Wasn't he the other guy?
Yeah.
What
It
a
was Baker
horrible-
Mayfield,
What a
wasn't it?
horrible draft.
No. No.
I think it was Zach Wilson.
I think it was it was the year
Zach
Zach Wilson
Wilson.
came out.
Yeah, it was 2.
We gotta keep it moving, but
Okay, yeah. Anyways,
no
we'll look
worries.
that up in a minute.
Horrible draft class.
When it comes to fantasy starts, guys, for this week for the Cowboys, I still would play CD. I still would play Ferguson. I wouldn't play anybody else on the Cowboys. Absolutely nobody other than the kicker, Aubrey. He's probably the best player on. Actually, Aubrey might be the best.
He's like Justin Tucker 2.0.
Mm-hmm. Except Justin Tucker can't make a kick anymore.
No, that's what I'm saying. 2.0.
Yeah. On the other side of the football, it's a pretty. What's going on with wide receivers? Do we got AJ? Do we got Smith?
So everyone's healthy.
Everyone's healthy.
So
I'm plugging. Yeah, Goddard back as well, guys.
Yeah, Goddard's back. So
I would plug and play pretty much every starter for the Eagles. I would play Hurts. I would play Saquon for sure. I would play Goddard. I would play Smith, and I would play AJ. I would put Smith probably in wide receiver 2 talks, maybe flex
2 to
talks.
3. Yeah, it's hard because I have 3 in the flex. So
Right. I would probably put him flex or 2 spot. I would put AJ though in a 1 spot every time he ends up playing. He's been out,
especially with the full complement too.
Yeah, with everybody being there, I think that AJ has a good game tomorrow. We're all taking the Eagles in that one, guys. Moving on to the Sunday night football game. This one may be a thriller. It could be, but this is the Lions taking on the Texans. This is in Houston. I'm kind of feeling no matter what, the Lions win this game. I know that the Texans have been playing good run football.
Texans play good ball, though. Yeah.
They do play good ball. Nico Collins
I think the Lions play better ball. Though.
They do. They do. But I don't think it's going to be like a pushover match.
Okay. Let me know. What is the over in this game? Do you know off the top? Ben, is Nico Collins back in this game, or is he still?
No, Nico, he should be back. He is back.
All righty. Wonderful. Well, with that, I do think that the Texans have a better chance in this game. I still think that the Lions end up taking this game. On the Lions side of the football, starters are pretty easy. Not Jared Goff.
That's about it.
But everybody else.
But basically everybody else. Both of the running backs. Both.
I don't think
Monty
you play
Gibbs.
Laporta though either.
Okay. I'll agree with you.
Agreed.
I'm not playing Laporta. I'm not playing Goff. However, I am playing both running backs and Amon-Ra St. Brown. J-Mo is back this game.
I mean,
I'm not playing him.
No, I'm not playing him.
I'm not playing him either. When I'm looking at the Texans, guys, there is a couple plays here. I think C.J. Stroud has an okay game. The Lions defense can be very leaky at times. I think that Mixon is a plug-and-play running back 1. He might be top 4 running backs this week. I also think that Nico Collins coming back is going to be a play. And I think that Tank Dell is an okay flex play for you as well. Dalton Schultz, if you really need him, you could maybe throw him in as a fill for a bye week or an injury. But I don't love Dalton Schultz as an every week back or every week tight end for you in any way, shape, or form. Just doesn't get a lot of
the over-under is 49.
49, so they think this is going to be a high-scoring game. I would take 49. I think I would take 49.
The Lions scoring 42 and the Texans scoring 7.
Yeah. I'm going to take the Lions in this game, guys.
I'm taking Texans.
You're taking the Texans?
Yep. Joe Mixon.
All right. Joe Mixon and friends going to take this one. Ben, how are you leaning?
Lions.
You going Lions? All right. I wasn't sure.
I thought I made that very clear.
Maybe I missed it.
And on Monday night.
And our Monday night matchup.
11-11.
On 11-11. Veterans Day. Okay, I'm done talking like that. This is the Dolphins. This is the Dolphins heading over to the to LA to play the Rams. In this game, everyone is healthy for the Rams, so I like a lot of plays for the Rams in this game. How about Ben? Since you're our Rams guy, you cover for us who's going to be for the Rams, and then controversially,
I'm the Dolphins guy.
You are the Dolphins guy.
Yeah.
So we shall see what you guys say. I'll just sit back on this one and let Yins argue. Let's see what happens.
You can go first.
Oh man. So I think the Dolphins. I think I've been saying it. Tyreek Hill, this is his game. Maybe this is his game. The Rams, they don't have the greatest defense anymore. Aaron Donald's retired. I don't love it. A chain, Tua's back. I think they got it, bro.
Yeah.
So who's your set starters for the Dolphins?
Yeah. Who are your set starters?
A chain.
Just a chain?
No, Hill and Tua.
Okay.
Hill,
and
chain,
Waddle.
And Waddle.
Okay. Maybe.
We shouldn't have let him do that.
Waddle, Waddle's a desperate flex play in my opinion.
I just said as a deep flex.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I'll give you the other people though, not Waddle.
Yeah.
Guys.
No. On the Rams, it's Kyron Williams, it's Cooper Kupp, it's Puka Nacua, and it's even Matt Stafford.
I'm glad you hit that because I think Matt Stafford, guys, I'm playing him this week, so I think Matt Stafford is a good play. I'm battling between him or Baker, and I'm actually leaning more towards Matt Stafford. Just to kind of let you know where I'm at. Dolphins defense sucks.
That's true.
Yeah, they're not great.
Yeah, they're not good.
They're mid.
So that's why I feel that way. In this game, you're taking the Dolphins, I'm assuming.
I'm taking Dolphins on vibes.
Okay, he's vibing out to the Dolphins,
The
guys.
Dolphins my team.
Yeah, I know. Hey, you can do you. And who you taking the Rams over there, buddy?
Taking the Rams.
Rams
Yeah.
are his team.
I think I'm gonna go with the Rams in this game as well, guys. I do think this is gonna be a very entertaining football game here, coming up on Monday Night Football. I think this will be one of the better
Tyreek Hill's
ones.
about to light it up.
I hope so.
First.
I hope it's an entertaining game. Anything else that we wanted to cover for this week? Did you have any bets or anything that are already pre-made?
Nah, I'm poor, so I don't have any
Let
bets.
me. I have one, guys. I would say that in my bets for this week, I'm taking the Broncos +7. I'm taking the Steelers money line. I'm taking the Vikings -6, and I'm going to take the Falcons -6. Those are my picks
That's
for this
spicy,
week.
actually. Maybe I will do one. Broncos +7, Steelers money line.
Yeah.
I think I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not a bad
Nice
one.
And simple.
Yeah, I like
You get
the
too
spread
many
of those
legs,
games.
it like screws you up. I feel good about that.
I'm not going to give you any bets because I haven't won anything, so I'm not going to do that to you.
And hey, I'll tell you this, guys. We are going to be bringing back our stash secret better, our lead analyst when it comes to betting.
Oh, no way.
And we're going to be
Old
bringing
Benny
back
Capo.
old Benny Capo. He'll be coming back for an episode soon here, and he's right now, even now, he's working on some different parlays for the rest of the season for you, and taking a look at maybe even some other sports outside of football that you guys could throw some money on in some bets.
Hey, maybe you can
So
help
be
me
ready
out.
for that.
He's good at that kind of stuff.
He is really good at that kind of stuff. That's why we have him do it. At that point in time, guys,
I'm sorry. I'm tired from the ooh.
we're gonna go ahead and move into the Q&A section of our podcast. I do want to thank everybody who is listening today on Spotify and watching us here on YouTube. Make sure you're subscribing and following along as we go through the year here. Special thanks for Veterans Day to all our veterans out there. We really appreciate you and everything you do. Man, that was a hard slap.
That
I'm
was a
sorry.
hard
That's
one.
not an
It felt-
appreciation.
Didn't hurt.
Here's
though.
an
I
appreciation slap.
over-exaggerated the owl. But
But yeah, we're thankful for you guys. You took you did something that
Yeah.
me and Lou aren't brave enough
Yeah,
to do.
yeah,
So
yeah.
we really appreciate you. At that note, producer Paul, we're gonna move forward into Q&A. Guys, have a
Yeah.
great weekend, and we will see you on the next one, Tuesday, 7 p.m. See ya.
later.